Hey chat, and we're live. Woo! We are doing something different today. Today we are discussing um, yesterday's match, Manchester United versus Lyon. Wow, wow! How those United players just wow. Anyhow, so today we'll discuss. I'll just discuss briefly predictions for the game, my prediction for the game, discuss the results, discuss what I think, and just something I noticed, and I've noticed it for a while, but I mean, I just thought to come and speak about it now during the course of the game, and I think this is something I'll be doing regularly, just because, I mean, why not? Some Manchester United content, but I mean, I'll say in a different way. I'd say something different. So, for my prediction, I mean, I got the my prediction right for the lineup. I mean, playing Bruno as a 10 was really influential in the first half of that game. But yeah, and my prediction for the game was 2-0. I thought we were going to win. I thought this was Andre Onana resurgence, proving himself, was going to be able to keep a clean sheet. But I guess one thing that has plagued Man U recently, I mean, and I know I'm coming from a point of view whereby I'm taking Manchester United is a club that is in a rebuilding phase. So I'm not looking at any big six, any big four, any big nothing. I've stripped it down to the basics of what it takes to play good football, and that's how I'm looking at it, right, guys? So for a club that is rebuilding, I mean, getting a new football model and all of that, I mean, we're in its early stages, I would say. So a lot of things are still wrong, but we need to talk about the little things that we're still getting right in the meantime, which is I can see patterns of play. They are beginning to build tiny. I mean, these are just little positives, but I mean, I'll run with it, for the kind of season we've had. But I mean, because little things like this is what will grow into bigger performances, which will now then give us results for people to now generally believe in Ruben Amorim's idea. And like he says, he needs to win results. He needs to win games to prove, to get people on board. This is not one of those games. What happened yesterday was is what we all thought was going to happen in the Madrid Arsenal game, or what some people were hoping was going to happen in Madrid Arsenal game. I didn't see it. I mean, from my prediction 2-0, I mean, I don't think there's anybody that would have predicted 5-4, 9 goals in that game. Manchester United scoring 5 goals. A team that has lacked goals. Yeah, our striker did not score. I mean, not that our striker scored in this game too, but yeah, I thought it was going to be 2-0, but 5-4. And it's weird because the game was relatively convenient at some point for large stages of the first half, I'll say. I mean, last stages of the first half. I mean, I would say, yeah, the first half. I would say first half was we played decent football in the first half. We controlled the game. I mean, we could have killed it off in the second half. We need to be more clinical in front of goal. That one is clear. We need to be clinical in front of goal, and we just had to. This was another game that I was watching the match on TNT, and I can't remember which one of them it was that said it. And he said in the beginning of the game, he said, I think he said something like in the lines of, this is Man United is at home or something like that. But if we know Manchester United know how to make things difficult, and difficult, they made it. 2-0, cruising, chances to have killed the game at 3. I mean, cruising, opportunity to, grow some confidence, play good football, get a good result at home, build confidence going into the next game. But no. Manchester United had other ideas. Our players had other ideas. And to be fair, I mean, one of the obvious problems we've had is the inconsistency in terms of playing good, decent football in some phases of the game, and some phases of the game just struggling seriously, like proper struggling. And like yesterday now, for example, because we played, I feel like we played higher up a pitch a bit. Hence, we were able to break down some of Lyon's attack. We were able to press them high a bit. So I think, around the 60th mark, you could start to see the legs were going in the midfield. So, and that is an area that needs to be addressed in the transfer market. Manchester United's central midfield position is a position that needs, I know there are several positions on the pitch that needs to be addressed, and I'll get to it at the end of the video with a few clips just to buttress my points. But I feel like, for example, there's a clear difference in how we play in Europa League and how we play in Premier League, because we can tune up the physicality a bit in Europa League, but the Premier League is a whole different ball game, right? So Manchester United central midfield options in the summer, we have to get it right, because we need, first of all, there are certain characteristics we need of profile of players we need in this team that we don't have at the moment. Barring Garnacho, I don't think we have, and Amada is injured. I don't think Manchester United. I can't recollect any other Manchester United player that can go 1v1. Garnacho, Ahmad, who else? None. We have no ball carriers. We have no progressive passers in this team. You see that progressive passing one is a huge problem, because, and I'll come to it in a few minutes. I'll show a few clips in the match whereby if we had a progressive central midfielder, we would have. And the thing is this: football is about moments. You get a quick decision, seconds on the ball. That seconds delay. You play football, you receive the ball, you turn. As a midfielder now, I feel like scanning, awareness, being sharp on the ball, being able to progress the ball quickly as soon as you receive it. These are key elements that we don't have. And in Manchester United midfield currently, we play with two destroyers in Ugarte and Casemiro, at least for this Lyon game. We play with two destroyers in Ugarte and Casemiro. They did fine on the night. They did great jobs on the night. But it hindered us in certain instances, whereby if it was I'm not even go to De Bruyne is too far. Another Morton, for example, of Crystal Palace, he receives that ball, he's moving the ball quickly, it's giving it, and for how Manchester United is structured now, we have the only guy that goes 1v1, like we said, or that can run at people in this team currently is Garnacho. And so the quicker we release the ball, the faster he can possibly do something for us. Where we keep rubbing and caressing on the ball, we're not going to move the ball anyway. It's not going to. And I feel like that is, for this Manchester United Lyon game, that's one thing I really want to just talk about. I think I'll just start off my discussing United series with this for now, and it is just the ball progression in the midfield is non-existent, and it is very, very, very important, because we don't have a lot of attackers. We don't have attackers that can receive the ball with back to goal and turn and run at people. No, we don't have a Cunha or we don't have a Morgan Rogers. So the few guys we have, or the only guy we have, is a Garnacho that thrives on 1v1 wide outs. Right, so the quicker we can release the ball to him, the better the better for him to be able to beat his man 1v1 if he's going to, or run at somebody, or try and do something if the end product is going to be there. But the quicker we get the ball to him, the faster. But we can't seem to get the ball out of our feet, right? And I have a couple of scenarios where I want to show you guys where they danced and dallied and dallied and dallied and dallied and slept on the ball. Right. This is, I think this is from the, let me pull it up here right now. Hold on, guys. Right. So I think this is from the, I think this was even early in the game. This part I'm about to show is from even early in the game. Right. So I think it, no. Yeah, here. Look at Casemiro. Casemiro receives this ball, turn, plays the ball, and plays this ball out to Dogu. How in God's name is Casemiro not able to play in that pass? That's one instance. I think there's another one I saw while and this was like the, at this point it was still, I think it was still the first minute, right? So this next one, I think it happened just before we scored our first goal, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, around the 9th minute or so. So right, because I mean, and the thing is this, Casemiro had an excellent night because he did a great job in that midfield, especially the winning the penalty and getting the assist for Kobe Mainoo. That pass into Kobe Mainoo, wow, beautiful. Okay, so I think this is it. So Ugarte gets the ball here, release the Bruno, see Bruno calling for the ball, but what does Ugarte do? He delays the ball and he turns back. Why, Ugarte? Ugarte, why? Please progress this ball. If you had progressed that ball to Bruno there, it would have been a different game entirely, right? There's another, I think there's one else, there's one more I saw. I think it was in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. Right. It was in the second half. I think just after the Fofana guy. Oh, that Fofana guy too. Woof. I got to stop Man U. Right. This one. How? Like, head up, quick, pass out once, simple. Please look at, see Ugarte here. Release the ball. Look at Garnacho and Dogu up there. Come on, Ugarte turn back. How can you turn back in that scenario? How can you turn back in that scenario? Like that ball, release it, quick, let it go. Like, let it go. Look at it. Let it go once. Held on to it for too long. For too long. And if this, for example, see the space that Garnacho had there. That guy is gone. It's gone. There's one more. Just let me show you guys one last one. Because these little things make a huge difference for a team like Manchester United, where we're coming, guys. We're just coming from the ground up. We're basically learning how to play football like this. Do you get? So things like this can make or break. Can get us that quick deciding goal. And a win. I mean, can just, yeah. The effect is crazy. And it seems so little, but it's key. Just being able to receive the ball, progress it quickly. We can create a lot from that. I'm looking for this one last video to show you guys. Look at it here. Casemiro releases this ball. Look at Garnacho there begging. Casemiro goes back to Ugarte. Release this ball, Ugarte. Release it here. Ugarte holds on to this ball for too long and then comes back to Bruno. How can you come back to Bruno there? How? But like I said, what happened yesterday was a miracle. So we take it, we ride on it, and it was a good performance. To be fair, I don't know how. So we have United have this problem where it seems like they just capitulate and they just capitulate bad. Like once they concede one like this, because if we look, I don't want to look critically into how the goals and all those things came up. I just want to leave. I'm just looking at it as the basic things, the gameplay, how we can, because I can start to see patterns of play. I can start to see, you can see Euro now is confident enough to now drive out, carry the ball into the midfield, carry the ball into the attack. And I think it was in the previous game, the home, when we were in Lyon for the first leg, I think there's one time he carried the ball to the edge of the opponent box, and I think he had a shot, something like that. So we're starting to see these players, and this is what we know Euro to do when he was in Lille, I think. So being confident enough, and that's why the injury to Lisandro Martinez hurt that time, because he was another guy that was starting to do it. So imagine where we're able to do that on the left, from the left centre back and from the right centre back. So we are starting to see small patterns of play. We are starting to see, for example, Dalot is starting to sit higher up the pitch a bit. These things, their average positions on the field matter a lot, because in the long run, those split seconds matters a lot. How close you are to your man, how close you are to you to press him. If you press, when we press together, if the press is a one-man press, it's not going to be successful. But now you see that we're starting to press as a team, press in units, press from side to side, lure the opponent. So I'm starting to see, this is nothing to gloss over about. I'm just taking it bare minimum, basics, right? Patterns of play we're starting to see, right? Build up play from the back we're starting to see. Yes, there's still errors, individual errors. Yes, it's prone to happen. But that's one of the reasons why I'm happy that this guy came in before the new season. So now we can, at least they have an idea. They started to build the idea. We're starting to see. I really want to see Bruno play in that 10th position, because this runs is making, he's one, because he's somebody I know that can make those runs for 90 minutes. Right? So that is a constant threat. And if you have that is an option in that attack that seems non-existent this season. So for this game, I take the miracle. Like Rio said, he believes in miracle. Yes, I do believe in miracle. And yesterday was one. And lovely experience. We take it. It was a wonderful night. We look forward to the next game. I think on the weekend we are hosting Bournemouth, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll see if I can get a quick reaction or preview analysis video up for that time. And so it was a good game all in all. I really enjoyed. Like I said, I'm taking it bare minimum, taking it down to the basics. I'm starting to enjoy the patterns of play. I'm beginning to see little positive, guys. Little positive. Nothing too big. That's who we are right now. So we just take it from there and keep growing. It was a good game. It was a very, very good game. When I say very, very good, you think that it was like a 5-0. No. But when I mean very, very good, like for the experience, wow. I remember I was sitting on my couch, 4-2 down, like wow. Because I remember when it was 2-0, I was like, we are missing so many chances, especially that Garnacho chance. But like I said, it was a good game because we won. It was a good game. And I'll take it too. I will take it because, man, there's still hope. There's still hope because yesterday looked really bleak yesterday. Like, oh wow, so that's that. Yeah, that's it. But now we're done talking football. It's time to play game. Let me quickly. Let's quickly set this up. Let's quickly set this up. Yesterday, man, that match yesterday. Woo! I was like, wow. So let's go.
I'm good right here. I've been waiting for
Let's
you.
go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Game time.
Okay.
So we're going to play